What is going on, everybody? Well, everybody who's here. um, Hello. Looks like there's only like one of you here right now. I don't know how good this is coming through. It looks like my connection's okay. I don't want to talk too much about it because last week I did and it shit out on me and just wouldn't come back. So I don't want to screw that up. Screw it up and then and have it go to shit again. But I know this is a last minute thing, so I don't expect a ton of people to be here. So I'll give it a few minutes. And not that there's anything to really start. I don't have a lot to talk about. Talk about Bungie, maybe. We'll give it, hey, somebody else just joined. And they're gone. So, who's out there? I see somebody, or I see two people are in here. I don't know who. Let's turn that off. There we go. So, yeah. I'll give it a few minutes to let a few people come on in. But I don't have anything in particular to talk about. I know that my connection's shit, so, you know, not going to be a lot of, I'm probably going to be skipping around a lot as far as what you guys see. Like, I'm looking at it right now, and it's just all over the place. Hopefully you guys can hear me, though. At least. I have no idea. I can't tell. I guess I could look at my phone. My phone's dead, so no, I can't look at my phone. I can plug it in, though. Hopefully we get a few of you guys. Come on in. There we go. I'll give that a minute to start and see. Then I can see what you guys see. Even though I'm using the same internet that I'm running shit off of, so I don't know how good that's going to look. But no participants thus far. Make the chat a little bigger so that when I hopefully get some. So yeah, I don't I'm not really talking to anybody right now. As far as I can tell, there's nobody else in here. I think it's just, you probably, if you can hear me, that's great, but you're probably just seeing a still image at best. Jesus Christ. One of my kids is going to bed right now, and she's running around the goddamn house, and I can hear her everywhere. Anybody else with kids out there, are your kids as heavy-footed as mine? You'd think fucking Bigfoot was running around this motherfucker. It's kind of irritating me, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, we got somebody else joined, don't know who yet. But I can see that you just joined. She either stopped moving or she has gone to bed. But Bigfoot is no longer walking around, apparently. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot to talk about tonight. I mean, we can get some conversations started. I mean, there's that whole Bungie being acquired by Sony thing, which it's good for them, but it doesn't really change anything as far as we as gamers are concerned. Or there's yeah, not much, man. I don't know. My finger's not, because I got such shit internet right now. My finger's kind of not on the pulse of what's going on in the world of entertainment. I feel very disconnected. My phone was like totally dead. It won't even turn on. It's plugged in. What's up, Antonio? Good to see you. Good to see you too, my friend. I'm assuming you're the one of the two people that it says are in here. I bet you're still at work too, aren't you? I don't know how this looks, man. I don't know if you can see, if I'm just like a still image and you can hear me, or can you even hear me? I hope at least what I'm saying is coming through clearly. Usually audio will come through pretty good, but video is another thing. I know I say it every week, but I'm hoping to have this whole internet debacle fixed soon. I've got some options. There was an option I had that I was really hoping was going to work, and it didn't. I spent a lot of money to do this thing, and it just did not work. It's kind of distressing. It's kind of irritating. Something is such a given, the internet, that you just assume you're going to have when you don't, and you can't get it. You can't get. I mean, I've got people around me that fucking have it, but they won't send it to my house. And then I got like a while I'm waiting for the Starlink thing. What's up, Leo Child? It's all good, man. Whatever you have to talk about is always fine with us. What's your upload speed? Oh, Lord Jesus. Right now? I don't know if I could even run a speed test. I'll probably like crash the stream. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's shits and giggles, you know. I can tell you what it's been. It's laughable. But I want to see what it says it is right now. Let's see if it connects. Let's see. My upload shit. No, wait. My upload is on this connection. The upload is better than the download. Shit. The download is, I mean, and I'm paying for a service right now through something called Nomad Internet. Okay, so I am streaming, so I'm assuming that's affecting my upload slightly. But as of right now, the test is about to end. Oh, look at you. You're getting on up there. Okay, so you ready for this? As of right now, this is not far off like from normal. This is pretty much right around what normal is. Sometimes I get a little bit higher download. Download on this connection is shit. I have a hotspot I use sometimes, but it's being throttled right now. That's part of the whole issue as well. But right now my ping is 71. Not the best, but not the worst ping. I mean, it's under 100. I'd rather have something at 50 or below. I'm used to like my old connection. I got an average ping of like 8. But now, you know, you can roll with a 50 easily. And under 100, you're usually pretty good. So 71's not awful. I mean, the ping is I'd rather it be lower, but I mean, you know, I can handle that. I can deal with that. I'm not doing like competitive multiplayer. And even what competitive multiplayer I was doing when I had my connection, it wasn't like, I'm not super competitive. I'm just playing to have fun. So it's not that big a deal. But my download speed is a whopping 0.26 megabytes per second right now. 0.26. not 26, 0.26. So under what? It's not even 1 megabyte. It is technically that would be what, 2,000 or 200 kilobytes. 100, yeah, 200 kilobytes. 260 kilobytes specifically. And my upload speed right now, which it's actually not too bad at the moment. This is how sad that comment is a whopping 2.4 megabytes per second. That's my upload right now. And that's kind of normal, that performance right there. Sometimes the download will go up a little bit, but it's never going above 0.5. 0.5. I don't even have 1 fucking megabyte to work with. What the fuck? I looked at my my history on my speed test here, and like when I was at my last house, I was averaging like 480 megabytes per second. Sometimes all the way up to like 700, but average was like 480. Fucking ridiculous. So I got right now I'm effectively working off a cell network, T-Mobile. I signed up with this company called Nomad, and they provide rural internet solutions. And they give you pretty much a router that you put a SIM card in. It gets a SIM card, and you run off of, cell internet. And that could be fine. I mean, you got 5G, 4G, all that stuff. And I'm running off of 5G. Actually, the router puts out, it's almost like it's 2 routers. It has a 2.4G and a 5G. 2.4 for like older things. But, yeah, when I moved here, because we ordered it before we moved here. We didn't know, what service, we had no idea. We knew when we came out here, we have AT&T. And we knew that our service was spotty. It worked, but I mean, it was kind of like depending on where you were in the house. You could work with that. Because some parts of the house, like great signal, other parts, no signal. So it's, so they told us, and they offer like all the different carriers, and they told us, T-Mobile is who you need to use. So, of course, we went with what they said. No, absolutely not. We get here and we find out T-Mobile's shit around here. AT&T's not much better. If you get like down the street, if I leave my driveway and then go all the way down the street to the main road, then my cell service is fine through AT&T. But we've heard from everyone that Verizon is the best service out here, and we went and bought like a burner phone from the store of a Verizon like prepaid just to see what their service was like real world, and it's fine. And I was like, okay, cool. So Verizon, we need to just call Nomad, because that's one of their things is you can just switch plans. They'll send you another router, another SIM card, all that. So we called them. We were like, hey, T-Mobile don't work out here. We need Verizon. And now all of a sudden they have issues sending out Verizon boxes. They can't do that and all this and that. And I think it's because I went and talked to Verizon. I was like, fuck it, I'll go straight to them. And they told me they apparently are doing their own home internet solutions now, called, I can't remember what they call it, but whatever. Of course, it's not offered at my house. It's in my area, but it doesn't come to my house. Shocker. So really at this point, I mean, there's been a lot of other hoops and things that we've tried and jumped through. I saw a thing. I bought these giant antenna for 5G or 4G and 5G antennas that I mounted on the back of my house that is supposed to work with these. I hooked them into the router and all this. It didn't really help. This is with the antennas, by the way. It didn't really help. With the T-Mobile at least. And so I was kind of like, what the fuck do I do? We bought a hotspot, a Verizon hotspot at the store. They got us 150 gigabytes. It didn't have very good upload, but it had good download. Like we were able, for like a week, we were able to like stream and surf the internet and stuff like that, like more or less normal. Kind of normal, depending on where you were in the house. And we decided, we were like, okay, yeah, that proves that Verizon's works better. We can work with that, and they won't send me just a fucking SIM card, and they're like, you got to sign up for all this and that. And I was like, honestly, at this point, I don't care, and even how much it costs, I'm willing to pay money. But I was like, I need unlimited or more than 150 gigabytes. That ain't shit per month. I blew through that in like a week, and I wasn't. We were being, liberal with it. And no, they won't. You cannot get a data package for more than 150 gigabytes. So my options are to buy multiple hotspots and just swap them out, which will end up costing me a fucking fortune in the long run. Which, I mean, I don't, like I said, I'm desperate at this point. I'll just want to pay, but good God. And there's a couple of other, there is a satellite option that I hear is dependable around here, but they have a cap too, and they make you sign a 2-year fucking contract. And then they're like, oh, you can add more high speed, but you buy tokens or some shit like that. It's like $25 for 75 gigabytes. So I don't know, man. There's another one we were looking at that's kind of, we're like, I kind of like what they're saying, but I don't know if I'm fully on board yet. We're gonna make a decision by the weekend is like what other route we're gonna go. Because I also went and got this new. I bought this fucking expensive as hell router called a MoFi 5G. I don't know. The fucker's it's not down here. It's ridiculous looking. It's got no shit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fucking antennas on it. Some of them are flat, some of them are big. They're all big and they stick off of it. Plus, I can hook in the external antennas I have, the outside antennas. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. And yeah, but with this T-Mobile card, because it's only going to get the service that you have the card in there for. I put the Verizon hotspot card in there, and it received a signal, but right now, since I'm past my limit, it's throttled the fuck out. So, I mean, it's not doing anything. I'm not really getting, I can't tell how fast it's going to help or make it or what. So, hopefully, I don't know, man. This has been an extremely frustrating situation with this fucking internet situation out here. I need fucking Elon to come the hell on and get Starlink over here. They just released some more satellites. They shot some more satellites up into space the other day. I need them to be some of the ones that are coming down here to Selma, Alabama. Because Starlink, it still says, man, I've already pre-ordered it, but I'm like, it says that it's coming. It still says early to mid. It will be here early to mid 2022. We're in early 2022 right now, motherfucker. I can't wait till mid. Come on, because everything I see about Starlink, no matter where you are, everybody who has it said it is like a godsend. It is the solution. We have found it. It is, angels fucking crying and shit when you get this fucking thing. So I'm really looking forward to getting that motherfucker. But in the meantime, I mean, this is what I do. I can't stream like those of you in here, and I see the comments. I'm about to read them all, but like these VR things I'm doing and other games and this gaming channel I've started, I really wanted to be streaming like maybe a little bit every day even. I wanted to be streaming a lot with it. I can't fucking stream that shit. I can't stream anything. I can barely stream that. I mean, you can see right now. I mean, if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing from my end on YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm hoping you can hear me straight. That's at least. Because it's just, I'm sure it's just choppy as all get out. I can't stream a fucking game like that. But hopefully I will get that fixed soon so I can actually do some, like those, any of you that have checked out some of the things I've put on my channel, I want to stream that stuff. I want to stream it and like, take requests on, hey, what, like something like Beat Saber. What's a song you want me to download and play? Or just there's a ton of games I can play in that mixed reality thing, or just, I mean, they ain't all got to be VR, but I want to do something with that fucking channel, but I can't, because I can't fucking stream, and it's a bitch to upload anything too. I've got legit eight more videos for that channel just sitting there. They're sitting there. They're done. Thumbnails made for them and everything. They're fucking done. And it takes such an effort to load fucking a website right now, like to load up Twitter to put shit on there saying, hey, look at my new video. That just to load the fucking thing, that could, depending on the time of day, be a 5-minute affair just to load it. That's not talking about like I mean, of course, typing is just normal, but then like navigating it, it's the same fucking thing. I mean, sometimes it just comes right up. Other times it's like, no, we're gonna make you wait, and it makes you wait more times than not. All right, well, that's enough of me bitching. I'm gonna run the speed test again because I'm just shits and giggles, you know. Shits and giggles, gigallies. What? Holy fucking hell. That is, I have never, wow. See, this is how random it is too, how it's just all over the fucking place. Remember a few minutes ago, I said, hey, we're going to compare. This is the same network too. And that's high. See, it don't make no fucking sense. Let me look at my history. It's about to be done. That don't make any sense either. Where's the history? Here it is. No, I don't want to upload it. Okay, so let's see. That's what I just... A few minutes ago when I ran it, I think, Antonio, you asked. My ping was 71. My up was 0.26. My down was 2.4. I was, I am so desperate I was happy with that down, or that up. Down is just shit on this network, though. Okay, so now I just ran it. Same everything, right? I just clicked the button again and ran it. My ping went from 71 to 393. I've never seen a ping that high before in my life. Maybe I've been spoiled. But 393. My megabytes went from 0.2, or my download. My download went from 0.26 to 0.11. And my upload, this is weird, went from 2.4 to 4.02. The fucking upload goes up, everything else goes down. The fuck? It just don't make any fucking sense, man. Ugh, jeez. And I got that high upload, and I looked over at what speed OBS is able to upload at, and it was in the shitter. I'm so confused. But yeah, Elon, come on, dude. Get Starlink here, please. I know the satellites are already up there. And I appreciate the fact that he and his companies like want to release things when they're fucking done and like make sure they're all that. Just please give it to me, man. Just, I cannot do this anymore. Because there's some decisions I'm going to have to make on the internet. I have to have it. I probably am going to end up having to sign a contract and just break that fucking contract when that shit comes around. Because I know the Starlink is going to be better than any satellite or other provider I end up with. But I just need something that's stable, that's decent enough and stable. I don't need, fiber 400 and, 500 megabytes per second. That's great. I mean, I've lived in that world and that was wonderful, but I don't need that. I just need stable that I can depend on and know what it's going to fucking do and it's workable. I'm going to click on something and it happens. But, so I'm going to have to do something. Like I said, probably sign a contract. Let's see what you guys are saying over here, though. What is your upload? Antonio asked what my upload was, and then he says, mine is just under 6, and it's giving me lags when I try to stream. Yeah, just under, that makes sense. 6, traditionally 6 is not high at all. For, wait, what'd you say, upload? Yeah, even for upload. Like hang on, where's speed test? Because I can look at my history. Okay, this is results history. Okay. This is all from when I was here. Oh, wait, there we go. I can tell exactly when I moved just by my speed test. Okay, so looking at my speeds have... What is that? That must have been when I had the Verizon hotspot. Yeah, the 19th. Right? Yeah. So my speeds are always in that set. When I had the Verizon hotspot, it jumped up to 10. 10 up. But then my down, or 10 down, but my down went to shit to 0.37. But honestly, at that point, I'm like, I can navigate things. Yeah, see, I was doing 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. I can work with that, you know. It's not ideal, but I can work with it. Before that, 0.07, 0.03, 0.31, 0.34. Fucking ridiculous. All right, so then here's where I moved. I can tell because it goes, my download shoots up to 458.83. And my up was 22.5. Looks like my up before was sitting stable right around 23, 22, 23. Yeah. Oh, this is when I was in my other... Hell, even when I was in my old house. And when I lived in Tennessee, I was getting... You know, I was averaging, it looks like around 230, 235, 240 down, and about 11 up. I mean, I, for the most part, didn't have many problems with that. My biggest issue with them was that I just... The connection would drop at least once or twice a day. At least once a day. I would take that shit now, man. Like, gladly I would take that. So yeah, 6 though. I mean, you're a god to me right now. I would take 6. But no, I mean, traditionally 6 isn't considered to be high. Leo Child said hello. I don't know if I mentioned hello, Leo Child. What did you? Where were we? -6 legs on the stream. The studio looks well worked. Oh, well worked in. Yeah. Yeah, that's in the background, right? I've been doing some stuff. I actually did a video. I just did an intro for the podcast I'm on, the Twilight Zone podcast I'm on with Movie Emporium and Trivial Theater. They've been telling me, they're like, okay, you're on this thing. You've been on here for the majority of the episodes now. When are you going to do your intro? Because we've all got like our own little intro at the beginning. It's one big intro and it has individual intros. And I haven't had one. And I've been busy and I kept forgetting. So I finally did it today and I used my green screen for a lot of it. It's kind of an inside joke. If you listen to the show, you'll know what it means. But, you know, I was happy with it. Put some special effects in there. It looks real corny. But I did that on purpose. It's supposed to. It looks good, but it looks bad. It looks bad, but it's purposely done. It looks good bad. It's purposely done. So, yeah, I got a lot of other things I'm going to do with the studio over here. You can't see the review studio where I review my stuff is right over here. I mean, you can see the camera. That's the camera I use. Yeah, one of my lights. And my microphone base. There's a Kinect. Anybody know what that is? I'll get that hooked up to my computer to do full body tracking for VR. What did you say the upload speed was? Right now, my upload is around 2 to 2.5. Man, the snow is ridiculous here in Michigan. Dude, snow. Yesterday, I was riding around with the top down. No shit. No shit. It was 73. 73? I think 73 is where I saw it top out at while I was out. Yeah, yesterday afternoon I went to pick up my daughter and I had top down. It was raining today, so I didn't. But it was raining, but it was still warm. I love it. I fucking love it. Terrific. What's up, Terrific? Hello at work, but I get off in an hour. How are y'all doing? Man, you starting to sound like Antonio there, Terrific. Doing good, though, man. I mean, besides these internet woes I'm having. Antonio said, hey, what's up, Terrific? I'm at work also. Yeah, just got a big check today, $700. Look at you. Big baller. You buying dinner. Overtime be getting me wealthy. You balling. Let me hold 50. No. Antonio says, you use Streamlabs OBS, right? I just use regular OBS, not Streamlabs. Just the OG OBS. Streamlabs OBS, I've used them once for a, I think it was like my 2-year anniversary stream. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And the only thing that Streamlabs OBS did that I like, I mean, it was fine. From what I could tell, it just was OBS. But with like a slightly different coat of paint. And I think it's web-based, if I remember correctly. But, or maybe I'm thinking of StreamYard. I've used Streamlabs OBS, though. And what I did like about Streamlabs, there was one feature it had that I wish OBS would integrate into their system because it was really convenient. When doing, like, chats and stuff and wanting to highlight things, you could click in the chat on a something someone said on a chat or a message, and it would show up on screen. You could have it where it like showed up at the bottom of the screen. I thought that was really cool. But I've looked, unless they've added something real recently, there's no plugins or anything like that for regular OBS that do that. There's workarounds, but they're fucking crazy. You essentially still have to have Streamlabs OBS running in the background. Streamlabs, you essentially, if you want to just use regular OBS, you have to run Streamlabs OBS at the same time, doing the same thing, and you pretty much capture that portion of it and superimpose it on OBS. It was a bunch of bullshit. But I can't believe somebody hadn't done a plugin or something for OBS that does that, like regular OBS. I'll abide. I plan on streaming when I get home, but I also want to watch this stream. Well, I don't know if you can watch it. It's probably choppy as shit, but maybe you could listen to it. Man, I really want to do some of these stuff with my gaming channel for the stream. I want to start streaming some of that stuff. These streams too, by the way, these streams I do, they are going to kind of morph into that, by the way. My streams are going to eventually, whenever I get the internet that worked out, and also build that channel up a little bit, I'm going to start doing my streaming over there. FYI. Unless it's something like very channel specific, like a anniversary stream or something like that. But like gaming centric things that like I usually do on Wednesdays, those are going to be over at the other channel. But I'll still probably promote them on this channel because I have a wider audience on this channel, so I can hopefully direct some people towards that other one. You deserve it, man. You worked hard for it. Trevor said, Jake, I hope you're doing perfectly well this February. Have a good stream, and I'll be back in there. All right, man. Make that money. Elon's shooting satellites up there left and right. He is, man. He ain't playing. He's getting this Starlink. And I think that's a really smart move, too. If you look at the rural internet situation right now, I'd heard of it prior to moving to a rural area, about how it was such a struggle. But I never really thought it was like that bad. Because I've always lived in or around metro areas. So I've always had good internet. I mean, I bitch and moan about, like, not my last service provider I really liked. I didn't have any problems. It was Spectrum, which I know somebody's got an issue with every company out there. But I had no issues with Spectrum. They were great. Like, fucking great. They didn't even charge me an arm and a leg either, but they gave me great speeds. It never went, that fucking thing went out one time for like 3 minutes. 4 or 5 months that I used it. I can't say that about my other internet provider in Nashville. But I mean, shit, compared to this, it's great. But it was real spotty, and that's annoying too. But, my point is I did not realize this rural internet issue was such a thing. And to make matters worse is your options beyond like these cell options that I've been dabbling in are like these satellite internet companies. And HughesNet, that's one of the big ones, and they're here too. They specialize in rural areas. And they can provide me with internet with like 25 to 30 megabytes per second. Now they like to say that number. I know that's the down. They don't like to like quote the other numbers, which I'm sure they're better than what I'm getting for sure. But which I can deal with 25 to 30 megabytes. Well, you have like this, but what I used to have 480 average. That's fucking ridiculous. There's nothing I'm going to do that really needs that much. Sure, a download speed might be a little bit faster, but that is just overkill. I'll take it, but it's overkill. But 25 to 30 you can absolutely work with. But they cap the shit out of it, man, and they charge you a fucking fortune for it. Once again, I mean, the money side of things, I have the money to do it. Do I want to do that? Do I really want to spend that money when I know they're raping me in the ass? I don't know if can I say rape on YouTube? I don't know. We'll find out if I get kicked off here. But, like HughesNet, which is one of the, I might have to go with them for a while. They want to charge me like, I think it's like $200 a month for 150 gigabytes. I think no, 100. No. I take that back. 75 gigabytes. 75 gigabytes is my cap. And they sell it as unlimited. I ran into a lot of companies doing this. They're like, we have unlimited internet access. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I'm cool with that. But then you get to dig and you find out, and there's a difference. It's all about verbiage. Unlimited, yeah, it's unlimited. It's not uncapped. There's a cap, and being unlimited is two different things. Because the unlimited means we're going to give you 75 gigabytes, which is fucking ridiculous. Well, who the hell? I'm going to have that done in like a few days. But 75 gigabytes at high speed, this 30 megabytes or whatever they consider high speed. And then after that, if you run out of that, they're going to throttle the living shit out of you to where you're like, you might as well be on what I'm on now. And but it's unlimited. They're going to say, but you're never going to lose the internet. It's just going to get real slow. I'm like, fuck you, man. You guys are playing with fucking words there, and you know it. That's some bullshit. I see Nick from Movie Emporium just came in. What's up, my man? But yeah, that's where I'm. Because honestly, if HughesNet would tell me, because there's some shit. They're in this fucking game like all over the country in these rural areas. They're trying to, or they have gotten a foothold there. But they do that shit because they know we're the only game in town. You have no option. If you want to be online, you more or less have to go with them, and they can rape you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that's why I think that Starlink is really, smart, because some of the bigger companies like AT&T and all them, they don't care about these areas out here. They're like, oh, it's not, the cost benefit just isn't there. I think it is. They just don't want to get out there and lay the lines for when they know. They'd rather go to like densely populated areas like, cities and things where they know, hey, we lay this one line and we get a lot of bang for our buck. I mean, I get that, but you're missing out on a lot of people across the country. But see, what Starlink said is, okay, we'll do that. And it's taking them some time, but they're doing it right, and they're shooting these satellites up in space, and they're going to, like, fucking destroy these shysters like HughesNet. And I cannot wait until they do it, because they're unlimited, uncapped. You get all the fucking internet you want. It's high speed. All the videos I've watched of people that have it said they were dealing with pretty much the exact same thing I'm dealing with, for better, some situations better. I don't know if you can get much worse, but I mean, it's still really crap internet. And then they got Starlink, and now it's like they live in the city. Like, you have some people doing these videos like, I used to live in the city and had great internet. Now this is like I had in the city. It's fast again. Good upload, good download. It's just good all around. So I can't wait for that shit. Antonio said, dude, I still haven't seen the new screen. What new screen? Oh, Scream. The new Scream. I don't know. I mean, I would wait. It'll probably be out on, I don't know. I feel like, I'm sure it'll be on something streaming. It's a Paramount movie, isn't it? It'll probably be on Paramount Plus. I bet it'll be streaming within the next month or two. I don't know how well it's still doing in theaters right now. It wasn't bad. I mean, I enjoyed it overall. But I mean, if I didn't do this, if I didn't review movies, I would have just waited till it came out on video. And even after seeing it, I really like Scream 1 and Scream 2. But after seeing it, that would have been the best movie. I think I just waited till I was at home to watch it. It's not bad, though. I mean, it was enjoyable, especially for Scream fans. stratospheric numbers. Yeah. My internet numbers? Yeah, man, they're through the roof. Hello, wow, those have gotten more useful as they've gotten older. What are we talking about? I feel like you're referring to something I said and I just forgot what it was. I'm tired. How do you have a convertible? I do have a Mustang convertible. A convertible Mustang. It's white. I hate white. I hate white cars. And I've owned more white cars than any other color of car that I've had. And I always end up with white. But this is the second or third. Second Mustang. I've owned quite a few Mustangs through the years. Really, I like Mustangs. But I've owned 2 or 3 white Mustangs. My favorite Mustang that I had was white. But the only reason is because that's the only color they made that particular model in was white. It was a 1995 SVT Cobra R. They only made 250 of them in the world. All the other ones had 5.0s. It was right the year before the 5.6 came in, which is gone now. But all the other Mustangs, including the regular Cobras, had 5.0s. The Cobra R had a 5.8 351 cubic inch modified V8. No back seat. It was a fucking race car. That's what they are still. Like legit race car. It had no air conditioning, no back seat, no radio. It had a radio that had been put in it. It had roll up windows. It had nothing. It was a straight up race car. It had 2 fucking seats and a steering wheel. I had air conditioning hooked up into it because like the dashboard had the ducts and everything, but the actual stuff wasn't in there because that'll slow your car down. But I was driving. I was like, fuck no, I need air. I'll just turn it off. But even when your air conditioning's off, it does affect the performance of your car. Like, so if you're wanting like a hardcore race car, you don't have air conditioning. FYI, I know I kind of went all inside baseball there with the cars. Streamlabs stole their name, right? Stole OBS? I think that because it is just OBS. Streamlabs OBS is fucking OBS. It's just like with a different coat of paint. The Beat Saber looked fun. Beat Saber is fun. R words you meant. Oh yeah. Oh okay, I know what you're talking about when I said the R word. And there's Nick. What's up, Nick? The internet game is such a monopoly. I told you about Xfinity and their overage charges. Yeah, I've dealt with them before too. I dealt with them motherfuckers. Fuck them. Like no shit. Spectrum was the best internet I've had. I mean, I had them for about 5 months. They were the easiest to work with. They got there quick. They put the shit in, and it worked fucking beautifully, and it was awesome. But I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there who has Spectrum off in some area that gets like shit service, and they're like, fuck Spectrum. But I mean, I never had any issues. I can't really say that I ever had to use customer service besides when I set it up. When I set it up, it was great. The guy got me all kinds of deals and shit, which I mean, I know that's their job. But get you in the door and all that. But I never had to call them again because it never gave me any issues. The fucker was beautiful. I could go to AT&T and it would be a low amount of speed. Yeah, AT&T, what do they call it? I can't remember what they call theirs. I can't get them out here either. Hell, even Dish, like Dish Network, they do internet and stuff. I tried to just go through them. I've never really used them, but I know they do internet. And they are out here, and they're like, yeah, we service that area. But what they do is they use a subsidiary, which is fucking HughesNet. Apparently, they're all that is in, like, rural areas. Antonio says, I have AT&T. They have fiber, but it's pretty restricted to certain areas. I got my cell phone's through AT&T, but I had AT&T. Man, what do they call that goddamn? I can't remember their service name. But I had AT&T at one point in time for a little while. I wasn't where, at least the area I was in, I wasn't. I had issues with it. It was always in and out. That's when I switched to Xfinity. This was some years ago. Which it was a little better as far as like speeds were pretty much the same across both, but it was more reliable. But damn, it went in and out too. I know it's a service. You're gonna have outages, but Jesus, it was like constant. Nick said, I'm editing Fifth Dimension, and I think starting next week I'm going to go unfiltered, except for real dirty stuff. Oh, snap. Do it. Do it. See, I'm changing the landscape of that podcast, everybody. Nick here at Movie Emporium, he's for those of you that don't know, and I know I mentioned a moment ago, I'm on a podcast called The Fifth Dimension. We talk about Twilight Zone. We do every episode. Each episode we talk about another episode. It's a really cool show. You guys should check it out. He usually releases them Monday mornings. But Twilight Zone is a really cool show too. I think it gets a little overlooked by some people nowadays that aren't in the know. It's a great show. But ever since they brought me on, I don't know, what was it, Nick, around the eighth or ninth episode? I came on as a guest on one episode, and then a few episodes later they made the mistake of asking me to come back for good. But ever since then, I've done my due diligence to spice things up a little bit and make it a little bit more spicy. And now Nick's just like, fuck it. You're doing it anyway, so I think I'm just going to go totally unfiltered. Looks like you made some progress in the room. Is that a connect? That is a connect. That's the right there. That's a connect from my original Xbox One. I've got a 360 one. I think I've got two 360 ones. You can use the Kinect. It's got open tools now. You can connect to your computer, and Windows 10 will automatically acknowledge it or recognize it. Back in the day, you had to like pay something special, but you can use it with your computer, and that fucking thing will do some cool shit. I mean, it wasn't ever there were a couple of games that it wasn't ever like truly well utilized. But there's some tech in there that's pretty cool, and you can do some cool shit with it. You can get creative. And there's all kinds of like neat little just things you can download online, like programs people have made for it. And it does all kinds of applications well beyond gaming. But that is actually hooked up where I use it. You can do full body tracking in VR with it without having to have sensors and stuff on. The only drawback to it is you're limited on how far. You cannot turn like 180 degrees around because it doesn't. It'll know you turned, but it can't track what it can't see. And if you're turned the other way, it can track you from behind, but that it has limitations. You can still turn side to side. It can track you that way, but once you turn 100% around or 180 degrees, it's like you're gone. So, like, for something like VR chat or something, it could be cool as long as you don't turn around too much, or you got to turn with a stick. I remember I was stressing about my 5.0 being an HO. An HO, high output. What's with the old 5.0? The Fox bodies, the 90s. I had a Fox body. A 92 convertible. It was a blue 92 convertible 5.0 GT back in the day. Yeah, the Kinect is sick. Apparently the making of the Godfather movie has a trailer. What? The making of the Godfather? That's right, spelling Kinect. Yeah, Kinect with a K. It's like combat in Mortal Kombat. Because Ks are cooler than Cs, I guess. I don't know. Man, I have been so disconnected from everything with this whole fucking internet thing. I can't, even looking at DM. I'm sure you and, Nick, you and Triv have probably noticed I don't respond to as much, like in the DMs and stuff. We're in like a group message thing there. It's not because I don't want to. It's because it's such a bitch to fucking connect half the time. Speaking of connect, um, getting in there, I was talking to Triv and she sent me a picture of something and I was like, oh, I missed something. And I was like, oh, was that in the picture? I was like, well, give me about 5 minutes because I got to load it so I could see the picture. And she thought I was joking. I was like, I'm not joking. If it loads, it could take up to 5 minutes for it to load, depending on the time of day. Streamlabs tried to partner with OBS, and then they also told them not to use their name. And then they used it anyway and trademarked it. Oh, I didn't know that. Nick said, you should get one of those contraptions that allow you to hang your VR helmet like a pulley. I had one of those, so you don't have to leave it on the ground. No, I have one of those. Actually, hang on. Yeah, it's on the ground because I was using it earlier. But I have a hook, a mount for it on the wall. But those pulley systems, I had that with my old headset, which is over there. That's it's not right now, but it's that headset I use for seated play, and it's part of it's allocated to be in my simulator, which the sides of my simulator are right there. The seat is right there, but the simulator itself is outside because it's too big and I can't fit it down the hallway to get to this door. So I'm going to have to disassemble part of it. It's a weekend job. But this one, the pulley systems are for corded headsets, and they keep the cords in the air so you don't get tangled up in them and everything. Which that is a struggle with PC VR, is the tangle of the cord. But this is my main headset, by the way. It has a cord. It's wireless because the cord, as you can see, it goes to this pack right here, and this is the wire thing, and you can't see it, but right behind that light, there's a little box attached, and that's what communicates to this, and the box runs to my computer through a router, and that's how I go wireless. And so I don't need a pulley system. I can't use a pulley, or I mean, I can always hook up the wires back to this, but here's the battery that goes to it. You just like plug it in, and then it's got like a belt. That's what's right there. That belt you put on, and this sits in there. So yeah, that's why I can't use or don't use a pulley system anymore. But I had one for my other headset at my 2 houses ago. It worked pretty good. I mean, it limits, which I was using VR in the same spot anyway, but it limits a little bit as to where you can go, of course. But yeah, I rigged up a pulley system for a while. You wouldn't want to leave it like, I know some people do that. I know what you're talking about now. They'll just leave, like, take it off and it just like hangs there freely in the air. You wouldn't want to do that anyway because eventually it'll wear the pulleys out, so they won't do what they're there to pull the cord back and keep it up off the, out of the way. But yeah, I did that. I have been down that road. Partners. I struggle with Streamlabs. I'm not good with the streaming software. Yeah, I've never, like I said, I've used Streamlabs one time. And I do remember that Streamlabs really just seemed like it was OBS with a different coat of paint. Like legit, like it was the exact same thing. But all my shit was loaded on OBS. So oh, it helps if you guys can hear. I think I'm back. Good old OBS. Let's and I lost everybody. Of course I did. I'm back, but I lost everybody because of course I did. Let's see. My little back cushion thing came out. There we go. All right. Okay. Pretty sure it's receiving and stuff now. Or sending. Okay, so fix that, I guess. Hopefully some of you guys come back, because I think right now I'm talking to nobody. Let me pop the chat out. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, yeah. We're back in business. Back to, glitchy, shitty stream. Welcome to the glitchy, shitty stream, everybody. I guess I'll continue to read these comments here. The ones that I was in the middle of reading. Doesn't look like... I'll give it just a second to see if somebody, shows up. So I'm not just talking to myself. At least read comments to someone. Let me see what, come on, login phone. Yeah. Well, somebody's coming down my stairs. I hear him. Probably about to open the door. Hang on a second, everybody. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, I was looking at. It's easier for me to look at my messages on my phone than on my computer. Here we go. But yeah, Nick, who was in here a few minutes ago, messaged me. He was like, "Oh." Anywho, for these comments, because it's really just Antonio and Nick and let's see. I struggle with Streamlabs. You have 58. You have 50 acres out there in the sticks, Jacob. LOL. No, I don't have 50 acres. I have 5. I do have 5. Not 50. I wish I had 50. Now I don't have, even though I only have 5 acres. I say only. I mean, that's not for me. That's a lot. But the way my house is and the area I'm in, I don't see anybody. I don't have any like neighbors per se. Like on one side of my house is surrounded. This is really fucking weird. But in the back, I'm on a lake, so the back is water. There's nobody there. On one side, on the front, it's a really big front yard, and there's nothing. When you get to the street, there's nobody out there. And on one side, there's nobody. It's like there's almost like there's a spot. It's just woods, but there's a spot there that a house could go, but just nobody. Either nobody owns it, or I don't know. There's not a fucking house there, or not a. There's a plot of land, but nothing's there. And then there's a road that goes around there and goes around the lake. But and on the other side, there is some people that live over there, but they're further on into the woods, and there's a lot of woods you can't see them. I have I'm surrounded by bamboo on both sides of my house or of my property. I don't know why bamboo is in southern Alabama, but it is. Like, there's a fucking legit 2 dense as fuck bamboo forests on both sides of my house or of my property. And it doesn't encroach, which that shit you gotta like keep back. You gotta like tend to it, or it'll keep it. There's like a fence, a barbed wire fence holding it back. You can't even see the fence because bamboo's like crazy evasive, but like invasive rather. There's a bamboo. I was tripped. I was like, what the fuck is that? And at night it's crazy, man. Like if it's like slightly windy outside, if you go out there, because I've got like a burn pit where I burn like cardboard and just boxes and shit like that, so they don't take up space in the dumpster. But like you'll be out there and it's real quiet because we're fucking out in the middle of nowhere. But like the bamboo, like it's really I mean, these fucking trees, and like it's swaying, and when it's like making that noise. It's really fucking creepy. But it's kind of cool at the same time. When I didn't know what the fuck it was really fucking creepy. But no, it's not 50 acres. It's 5. But it feels like more than 5 because you just can't see anybody, which I love that. I don't like people. I'll have to check that out. It's on your channel, Nick. I think I skipped something. You do look tired, sir. Hope you're doing well. I am, I think. If I had 50 acres, I'd buy one of those big old satellite dishes. Yeah, man. There's actually a house out here down the street, or I say down the street, down the way, that has one of those in their front yard. I don't think it's active. I don't think they use those anymore. Like the little dishes do it, but my friend used to have one in his front yard, and it wasn't in use, and it was just like sitting there. We'd go sit in it when I was a teenager and get smoked out and try and skateboard in it and bust our asses. Good times. But yeah, man. Get 50 acres. Get yourself a big ass fucking satellite dish. Why not? Do it. Let's check that out. Yeah, I think he's talking. Antonio, I think you're talking about the podcast. It is on Nick's channel. You came on as the second ball of our wing on the 11th episode. Was it the 11th? I thought it was like the 9th. I did not realize that. So wait, we just did episode 22. I've been on 10 Nope, that's wrong. Math. I've been on 11 episodes now. We're really 12 because I was on that one as a guest. Yeah, playlist is the Fifth Dimension. It's called The Offer. Gotta drive home, gotta see you in the flesh. All right, Antonio, be careful. No, it's all good. We know you're there in spirit. So you're struck internet speed wise so you're stuck internet speed wise in 2001. Man, I don't even think it's 2001. I'm pretty sure in 2001 I had faster internet speeds than this. In 2001, I think that's around when I first got broadband. It was probably a little bit after that. Let me see. In 2001, yeah, because that's when the Xbox came out in 2001, and I know that I was a beta tester for Xbox Live that year. Was it that year? It was in the summer. The beginning of summer. No, it would have been 2002. Because it was 1 year later is when they came out with the... Yeah. It was because it came out at the end of 2001. It was 1 year later. This is how my mind works, how I figure things out in the past, by the way. It was 1 year later that Xbox Live came out, and I was a beta tester. It came out in like November or something like that, around the same time as the box, almost a year later. And I remember I signed up and got chosen for the beta test and all the hardware and stuff in like May or June. So I had like 6 months before it came out. That's the only way I was able to get the name that I have on Xbox Live. But and I had broadband then. You had to have broadband. So I had broadband at that point. So around 2001, I was either had or getting broadband. Yeah. Pretty sure. But even before the broadband, when it was like 56K and 128K, I think that was right there at the end of the Ks. I think it was better than this. It would have, it had to have been, because right now, technically, I'm at let's do it again. Let's do the test. Let's see what I'm running now since I restarted the router. I'm sure it's just like through the fucking roof now. And I am... Oh yeah, that ping. Oh man, we're getting some big numbers here, guys. Big numbers, man. That download speed is... Woo. That's some big shit. And that upload, ooh, that upload ugly. Compared to, it was already ugly. Now it's real ugly. I see why the stream's running like shit now. Yeah, so right now I'm sitting at a 74 ping, which honestly, I'd like it to be lower, but I could deal with that. Download 0.45, big numbers. Look at that shit. It was 0.22 earlier. And upload is a whopping 1.13. Damn. I'm surprised this fucking stream is still going. But that's hardcore VR setup. Oh. I don't maybe. The headset is the only bad. Like the tech that I've added to it, like I've added the wireless. I've got index controllers on it too, and the wireless adapter, the deluxe audio strap, and stuff like that. I mean, there's lots of cool stuff on it, but I really need to update the headset. And the only reason I haven't is because of, really, I would buy an index. Like if somebody said, hey, what VR headset would you get? I would buy an index in a heartbeat. I could buy one now, but I don't want to fuck with the wires again, man. I've gone wireless, and yeah, you've got like my Quest is over there. The Oculus Quest is wireless too. But I have wireless PC VR, and I don't want to go back to wires. And the index looks really cool, and I'd like to do, like, for, room scale and stuff. I don't want to go back to wires. I'd like to get an index. I'm sure it's really cool and a great display, but I don't want to fuck with them wires. I love the controllers. I've got Index controllers. So they're saying that maybe the Index 2 that could be coming sometime soon is going to have, it's probably going to be wireless, running off of 6G. And I've been looking at the computer I'm looking into building, which that's something we can talk about in a few. The ones the motherboards I've been looking forward to, or looking at come with 6G antennas. So I will be ready for that. As soon as they release a legit PCVR wireless headset, I'll upgrade. That is the only thing holding me back. I don't want to fuck with them wires no more. I don't want to have the pulley system. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, it's better than the alternative, I guess, but it's just I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's why I'm still rocking the Vive. I thought about doing a Vive Pro because you can get a wireless adapter for them. They don't have the wireless adapter doesn't fit the Index. But the wireless adapter for the Vive Pro it doesn't last as long, but I might be willing to do it. Like if they don't get off their asses, because the Vive Pro 2 has some legit panels. It looks good. It's not like it's going to be behind the curve, but man, the Index, I'd really like to see. They did some cool things with it. I'd like to see what they do with the next iteration of it. I bet they're not going to really talk about that much until they get the Steam Deck all the way out. And it comes out this month now, and I am on the first list. So I should have a Steam Deck around the end of this month. I pre-ordered the top of the line one, the biggest hard drive that they have, or SSD. So I'm looking forward to getting that. That'll be something I probably review or talk about on my gaming channel. I'm hoping I'm in the first run because they announced at the end of February, like around the 25th or something like that, they're gonna start sending out email. They're gonna do it in waves, and they're gonna send out the emails and then ship them from whoever confirms the emails. So I'm hoping they send me one of them emails so I can. They will send me one, but I'm hoping I'm one of the first waves. I am in the first bulk of them. I know that much because it even says that I'm part of the first wave. But within that wave, they got other waves. I don't know. Whatever. You do you, Steam. Or Valve. Drive. It was, and when the sky was opened. And when the sky was open, was that the one? That's not the one I. Oh, was that that's the first one I came on after guest starring on The Lonely. You should buy a PC with level 9,000 stuff. What's level 9,000 stuff? Am I that far behind? I'd love an Index. Yeah, I want one. I just don't want to fuck with the wire. That's if TPcast or anybody, it could be a third party. I mean, TPcast that's who my wireless thing is through. And that I ain't gonna lie, that thing's a pain in the dick. It has been. When it works great. But man, if you ever have issues with it, that's a day or two that you're gonna be troubleshooting the fuck out of it because it's fucking. And that's PCVR in a nutshell. That's PCs in a nutshell. Now, I mean, they've gotten a lot more streamlined now, for sure. But like when I first started VR back in 2017, it's the end of 2017 when I got my first VR headset. PCVR was like, it was the best, and it still is the best. It's the best experience, like the highest quality experience, and the most stuff is on there. But man, you had to like get ready to tinker. You had to like be prepared to like do shit because sometimes something would go wrong and you had to figure that shit out. And that's how that TPcast wireless thing is. Like I had to like do all kinds of shit to get that thing to work properly. Once it worked great. It works wonderful now. But when I moved, I had an issue with it being recognized and stuff, and that took me the better part of a day to figure out. And it's not common enough that like, oh, you've got like this big like wealth of knowledge out there on like all these different issues. So, and each one's so different because everybody's setup is different. Like mine's modded. My TPcast is modded through with its own firmware and stuff like custom firmware So it's not really running like a regular TP cast, which is, that makes it even more difficult. But like I said, when it works great. And most of the time it does work great. I remember when I first got it, I had so many headaches getting that thing to even fucking work. And it ain't cheap. Or it wasn't then. And I bought it. It was new, but I bought it from a person who got it. And I don't know why he never used it. I didn't ask questions. Got it off the marketplace. I would love it. Steam Deck, yeah. Hopefully your internet is working well so you can check the emails. I mean, I usually check like my emails and stuff. I've been trying to, like when I waiting in line to get my daughter at school. I check them on my phone. And I can check email on here on my computer. Just there's some loading every now and then. You gotta wait. But yeah, my internet should be. I'm gonna have to do something. Like I said, I'm probably gonna end up having to sign a 2-year contract and go with one of these dumbass satellite companies for a little while, and then once Elon pulls through for me and brings my Starlink here, I'm just gonna break the contract and tell him sorry. What are you gonna do? So I'm taking it the Steam Deck thing means you're not terribly impressed with Steam Deck. I think Steam Deck's cool. I don't think it's like the next, this is it. This is the next thing. But I think I have a lot of Steam games. I'm actually not more, but I'm also equally curious as to, because you can load Windows on it, they said. And because it's just a PC. That's all it is a PC in a small form factor. But they said you can load Windows on it. So if you can load, and they've already confirmed this, if you can load Windows on it, that means you can get the Windows Store, which means you can get Game Pass. If you get Game Pass, you can run Game Pass. It's almost like you have a portable Xbox, if you will, or you can play all the Game Pass games on your Steam Deck on the go. And I think that's a really cool thing. I don't particularly want to load Windows on there. I know it uses SteamOS. I really want them, because I know Microsoft and Steam are friendly. I really want them to come up either with a Game Pass app, if nothing else, just for the Steam Deck, or some type of alternative where I can access Game Pass in the Microsoft Store without having to just straight wipe. Because, I mean, you can still get Steam games through Windows if you put Windows on there, but I don't want to put Windows on there if I don't have to. I'm looking forward to just trying, because I got a shit ton of fucking games on Steam. A lot of them I've never even played. I've got them through different avenues. Hopefully, Dragon Ball Z, sorry, bad joke. Just build a PC that could run NORAD. Level 9,000. See, yeah, that's deaf ears right there. I don't know really anything about Dragon Ball Z. I'm one of the few people that never followed. I tried when I ran a video store, a Blockbuster Video years ago. I had some employees that just fucking loved Dragon Ball Z. And I let them put it on one day in the store because it was a slow day. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, put it on. I'd heard so much about it. And I was like, I'll just, while I'm here, I'll see what this thing's about. Maybe it'll grab me and I'll take some on home. It did not. it did not. And I tried, man. I watched a lot of it while we were there because I let them watch that shit. And it didn't do it for me. I don't know why. Remember when you had to duct tape that shit together? I remember thinking VR was a joke. But I got to try it for the first time at one of the Sony fan conventions. Yeah, man, it is one of those things. VR is definitely one of them things that you can't describe it to someone. You can't have it it's like the Matrix. You cannot be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. You cannot be told what VR is. You have to see it for yourself. You truly can't realize without having done it how immersive that shit is. And I really feel for the people that are like, oh, I've done VR, and they did like Google Cardboard or like the phone headsets and stuff. I feel for them that they think that's what VR is. Because there are plenty of those people out there. It was life-changing. I played the gangster demo game on PSVR. Then I tried Oculus headset, and I'm like, this is life. Now you can really buy a really good headset. Yeah. And Oculus is doing some good shit, man, with the Meta, whatever they're calling themselves. I'm still calling them Oculus. The Quest, man, the Quest 2 is really good piece of hardware. It's not as technically savvy as something like the Index or even the Vive over here. And no, you can run PCVR, but you got to like do all them hoops and stuff, and that depending on your connection. If you have a good internet connection, you know, have no problems. But me myself, I have problems. But it's still just a really it's easy. You just throw it on and go. That's what I like about it. Like the Oculus, I mean, MetaQuest 2, $300, and it's like, wow, it's nice. Yeah. That is the one. If anything is going to get VR in the mainstream, it's the Quest. So even if you're like hardcore PC VR, which I lean more towards PC VR, admittedly, because that's where I grew up with, or what I grew up with, while this since it came about, and that's where all my experiences are and have been. So that makes sense. But I mean, I gotta give the Quest that, and I like the Quest. I've got one. I gotta get the Quest. Give the Quest that. It has probably opened up more people's eyes to VR than any other headset. No, I meant Steam Deck and like, oh, like not like like I'm intrigued in it, and can now know in all honesty if it's worth it. Yeah. Well, you'll know at the end of the month. I hope it is, because I'm paid for it. It's like hang on, let's see. I'll look that up in a minute. I can't even remember how much it was. I think it was like $600. Kevin Smith posted screenshots of Clerks 3 almost being done, and they've recreated scenes from the original movies. My God, I can't wait. Yeah, isn't it something like it's really fucking meta, which what isn't nowadays, apparently, but apparently this one's going to be real meta. That could go either way, you know? Hell, even with what you like, Nick, you got, I know you really liked Scream 5, or Scream 2022, whatever we call it, and it was really meta and you liked it, but then The Matrix Resurrections was really meta too. So, you never know when it comes to meta shit. Let's look at, let's look at the Steam Deck. I don't know if I'm going to finish editing my video for tomorrow morning tonight. Probably not, honestly, because I feel kind of beat. I'll do a little bit of it. I shot it. So the fantastic film Shattered, man. Yeah. Just such a great movie. I just loved every single painstakingly long, drawn-out moment of it. Let's get creative here. Since I don't have my green screen up, I'll utilize the one. Will it pick up the green screen on my wall? Yeah, it will. Looks kind of shitty though. Ugh. All right, so I got fuzziness going on over there. We're gonna just roll with it though, because I got this area over here. All right, let's see. Okay. And there's my desktop. I'm getting all creative with it. Yeah, you like that? Where's Steam? I can never find fucking Steam. There's Steam VR. It's over there. Steam. There you are. Nick says, I had to stop editing for the day. Fifth Dimension was giving me a headache, and I had to edit a 30-minute video for my first breakdowns of new Apple TV show Suspicion. You have a 30-minute video? Is that the longest video you've ever put out? Because your videos are usually around that 5 to 10 minute mark, right? All the ones I've ever watched have been. Oh, keep me like yawning. Oh, there's Steam. Went to a different screen. Okay. Let's see if you guys can see that. Can you? I think I've got it. There we go. Let's make it a little bigger. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Ooh, it's super hot on here. While I'm here. You know what? This is stupid. This is ridiculous. Let's do this instead. Turn this shit off. That's not working. I mean, it's working, but it's you can't see anything. Just get rid of me. Okay, so okay. Let's see. I know I own Superhot, but I was wanting to do some mixed reality videos with it, and it's on the list. I don't think it's downloaded. Superhot VR. Aha. Install? Maybe not right now, but I will install it later. Maybe not right now is not a good idea when I'm streaming with my internet woes. Okay, so let's go to my wish list. I believe that's where the quickest way to get to the Steam Deck for me. Ooh, there's a sale. Resident Evil 3 is $17.99. The Room VR, A Dark Matter. I've heard good things about that. It's not on sale though. Walking Dead is $29. Zero Caliber is $17. Don't I own that? I think I have that on Vive Pro. $2.49 for The Exorcist Legion. That's an old game. What year did that come out? 2017. For VR, that's an old game. Escape Room. Man, these were like all the shit. These escape room games. When VR first started, there were so many of those. They were like the shit. Torn. I've heard good things about that. I think I might buy that. I thought I bought a lot of these games. Maybe not. $2.50 for this blind game. That's an old one too. Okay, anyway, Steam Deck. Here we go. Let's see which one I'm 99.9% sure I pre-ordered the big one. Not big, they're all the same size, but the top of the line one. Come on, load. No, it's actually loading fairly quick. Okay. Yeah, your expected order availability Q1 2022. Which that means I'm in the first, apparently, because I looked at that means I'm in the first run. Yeah, oh, okay, it cost me $650. My bad. It's the 512 gigabyte NVMe SSD, fastest storage, premium anti-glare etched glass, exclusive carrying case, exclusive Steam Community Profile Bundle. I don't know what the fuck that is. Exclusive virtual keyboard theme. Wow, I get lots of themes and stuff. Look at that control stick waggle. I might get this little dock thing too, unless they're asking like some dumbass ridiculous. I mean, if they said $50 for this dock, that's high, but I would do it. But if they want anything more than $50, fuck off. I'm not doing that. So yeah, I'll be getting that. Cost me $650. I'll be getting that in the end of this month, hopefully. See, this is like, I was gonna buy a Switch OLED, but right around the same time, they announced this, and I was like, yeah, I'll do this instead. Yeah, this is me. This is my world, because pretty much everything on the Switch or all Nintendo things you can play on a PC. We're not gonna talk about how, but you can. Yeah, so anyway. Oh no, wrong. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. There I am. Where's my chat? Come here! Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It's a spoiler breakdown of the first 2 episodes. My Bel Air is going to be like 40 minutes. My Monty Python and the Holy Grail is like 35 minutes. Really? I'm gonna have to watch that. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, that's my shit right there. Just a flesh wound. I don't like doing long videos, but shows that I enjoy, I do an episode by episode breakdown. Yeah, I'm not really big on like overtly long videos, even though that's one of the formats I do now. Trying to get to a weekly basis where I do those. And I have fun with those videos, but I wouldn't want every video to be like that. Yeah. Coffee? Yes. Man, I didn't bring a water down here. Hey, question. How do you get your mic to sound crisp? Do you run it through any programs? I do not. I run it through OBS. That's it. I've toyed with some of the stuff in OBS. Like, this is trippy. Let's see, can I zoom in on that? I don't think so. Like, man, that fucks with my head right there. Let's see. My mic. Like, all I've really done. I haven't done anything there. I mess with the volume a bit. Like, I go into like advanced settings and I've got it at negative 22.2 decibels. But that's really it. Then I crank it here. And I have like an independent control. Well, you can't see me right now, but let's see. Yeah, I don't know if it makes a difference, but there's like an independent control on my mic right there where I can control the audio. This mic isn't like, I mean, it's not a bad mic. I'm happy with it, but it's not like the most expensive mic in the world either. So I don't know. Now I'll tell you this much: when what did I plug this fucker into? Was it? It was. Never mind. It wasn't this mic. It was my Rode mic. Because I'm assuming you mean this audio, or do you mean the audio in my videos? Because the audio in my videos I use. a Rode video mic, and it's plugged straight into my camera. And I've got it like filtered, like I've got it turned down to where I think I got a noise gate on it, I guess, of about 12 dBs. That's really all I do. And I'll mess with the decibels a bit, like in my editing, depending on how loud I am, because I can be loud. Because I don't like it to go anything past 12. If it peaks at 12, like, yeah, anything past that starts to sound bad. It's really the only thing I do to my audio, though. I'm not really like an audio expert, so I don't know. This mic though is just more or less out of the box. Oh, shit. You should try to see if the Room VR is a mixed VR. It's great. I can tell you what is. Hang on. There's a list. Doom VR and Wolfenstein VR are cool. Doom VFR, virtual fucking reality, by the way, is what that stands for. Is really cool. Doom VFR was not always cool. When it first came out, they've updated it a lot, but when it first came out, it had issues. First of all, you could only teleport. It had no free locomotion, which that doesn't sound like it's that bad, but yeah, it was. I didn't like it, at least. It looked cool, but you could only teleport from place to place to place. There was no moving. And the biggest issue it had, which I mentioned, I reviewed that game on my channel. The biggest issue it had was it was so unstable. The game was unstable as fuck. Like, it was nauseating at times. And I don't get sick in VR, but that game was like, it was not optimized at all. It was terrible. And I played it late after it had been out for a while, and it was still not optimized. So I assumed, even when I did my review of it, yeah, this game's just not ever going to be updated. And it wasn't because of my computer. Like, on my computer at the time, I was running a 1050 and a i5. So you could even blame my system, but it wasn't just that, because I played it on somebody's computer who had and at the time it was top of the line i7 with a 1080. It was a 1080 Ti. So at the time you couldn't really get much better than that, and it did the same shit, same fucking things. It was just like glitchy and stuttery, really bad. But apparently they fixed all that. I haven't played it since then, but they fixed all those issues I hear. So good on them. And Wolfenstein VR, I played that when it was in, I don't know, there's a site you can go called itch.io, and you can find a lot of VR games that are being made there. They're not like smaller VR games. And Wolfenstein VR, that's where I played it. It was on itch.io. I wouldn't be surprised if they have an official release by now, though. That's probably what you're talking about. Holy cow, July of 2021. I would hope you'd get it in the first wave. Yeah, I ordered it the first day, because like when they went on sale, I was at work. I was sitting at work, and I had it open on my phone. I had Steam open on my phone, because I had already been through the whole Xbox Series X trying to like get one of those fuckers. So I'm sitting there, I had it on my phone open and on my work computer, and I was just refreshing on both of them until I finally got in, and I was like, bye, and I got in on time, apparently. That is the day, July of 2021, whatever day that was, that's the day that they released pre-orders. Phantasmophobia sounds like a fun co-op experience. It's supposed to be. I've never played it. I think I own it. I'm going to probably do a Time Crimes flashback review. Time Crimes. I think you were the one who was talking to me about that movie and how it's like really bad. Have you used OVR Toolkit? I have. That's actually what I use. Well, I have used in some cases to read the chat in VR. You can have it like I had like when I played my Alien, well, not just the Alien Isolation, that stream, and also the Subnautica stream. I had it set up to where, like, I think Alien Isolation, I had it where the chat was above my head, like it was straight up, because you look up like this a lot in the game, but you don't look straight up very often. But I had it where it was straight up, and it was like, if you're not looking at it, it goes like see-through, transparent. But when I would look straight up, I could see the chat, and that worked. But then on Subnautica, I had it linked to a button, and I had it where it like floated in the air right here, like just a window opened, and I had a hotkey to one of the buttons on my keyboard, and I would just hit it, and it would pop up. And when I look at it, when you focus on it, it became less transparent. I like that one, was cool. I like that one, but the one I'm probably going to use for like the VR streams that are like these things I'm doing here, or I've been doing recently, you can bind it to the controller, and you can have it to where it's like glued to the bottom of the controller pretty much. You don't see it when it's like this, but if you go like that, a window opens right there that's attached to the bottom of your controller, and you can read your chat. I mean, you can do it to any motion that you want, but I'd probably have it where I just kind of go like that, and I can see the chat and then turn it away. That's what I've used OVR for, the most part, or at all. It's an index controller, by the way, anybody was wondering. I'm apparently having a lot of questions. It's all good. If I have answers, I'll give them. If not, I'll still give them. Asking, not having. The reason I ask about the microphone is I sound really low, but I think I need to mess with the new mic. Yeah, probably. I know this one was really good as far as like plug and play. I plugged it in and I was pretty happy with it. I mean, I had to, like I said, I messed really with just levels. Like I messed with the levels here versus the ones in OBS, and also what Windows are receiving. And eventually it just got to a place where I was like, yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. I wasn't going to upgrade mic, but I do so much podcasting and reviews, it was worth it. Yes, absolutely. They say that good sound, people will tolerate bad video quality before they will bad sound. Bad sound is one of those things that if you click on a video and it's got like shit sound, people click right off of it because it just comes across as cheap to them, which I get that. But you've never sounded like that. I mean, none of the interactions we've ever had or any of the videos I've ever watched, you never sounded bad. And, even with your old mic. Yeah, I use a Rode Mic Pro for videos when I'm sitting in front of all my stuff. Yeah, mine I think is like the one level below the Pro. Because the video mic is like, that's like a line. And like the Pro looks like that one, but I think the back of it is just a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger. It looks more cylinder, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know what the Pro does over that one. Is yours USB powered or battery powered? Mine's battery powered. Which for the most part isn't a problem, but it's a bitch when you have to change it and you don't have any 9-volt batteries, because who the fuck has those anymore? I remember that. I could only teleport one direction. It was awful. Yeah, for Doom. Okay, I just looked up Fem Domination 2 for upcoming VR, and oh boy. Nah, go to I did it on the stream. I can't remember which one it was. It was after that I played whatever game it was I was playing. Go to Steam VR and look up sex games. There's videos, and they're raw, and wow. Wow. Some people, wow, they put some, they worked, they did something. But yeah, look those up. That'll be an entertaining ride for you. Bad sound is the worst. I know some reviewers on YouTube and the sound is turned off. I'll click off. The Pro has a limiter and decimal changer. Okay. Hmm. It has a rechargeable battery. Well, that'd be nice. I'm back, says Terrific. What is up, Terrific? I don't know how much longer I got in me. Been sitting in this chair, just talking to this brick wall. I'm kind of getting tired. I think I need something to drink. You guys, talk amongst yourself for just a second. I'm going to go grab a water. I'll be right back. Ooh, I know something I could do that the stream could handle. Maybe a little bit at least. This is my new mount I got today. This is how janky some of my shit is. Actually, the mount, because I was trying to find, I've got my, you see that tripod there? That's like for my reviews. That's got my Canon M50 Mark II on it. I've got another tripod right there that's like closer to the back of the room. That's what I shoot. It actually uses this same camera that I'm using here. I could put that camera on there, but I wanted a mount that was out of the way because that thing's just kind of there in the way. And once I move my simulator in here, it's definitely not going to fit there. But I wanted one that was out of the way for the mixed reality stuff or all the VR stuff, streaming and all that. But I wanted it to be like versatile. So I was like, what if I mount it to the ceiling? But I didn't want to go like a AVGN way and like zip tie some shit to the ceiling. So I searched for something that had like a cold shoe attachment for a camera, and I finally found this, which is like it's for cameras, speakers, or even like lighthouses. Like you see one, oh, it's backwards there, and there's another one you can't see for like VR and stuff. That's what this is. It's like on a swivel head and all that. So what I'm gonna do is I've got this cheap ass. I'm gonna mount this to the ceiling, like so. Over here, and I had this cheap ass like light, this ring light I bought, and it came with this. No, it wasn't a ring light. I had these cheap ass. It was still cheap, LED lights. while I was in my last place for about 5 months in between houses, and I was using those LED lights to light my green screen and myself because I was in a much more confined space. And they came with these little cheap tripods that are essentially, there's these feet that screw on here for it. It's a fucking selfie stick, is all it is. It's the goddamn tripod they gave with this thing it's a fucking selfie stick. Yeah, look at me. So I took that because I'm not using that. I took the selfie stick because it has, the same hookup, like cold shoe hookup for like a camera. I took that. I'm going to take that, and I took this mount I had right here that is essentially a better version of this swivel mount. It swivels around and all that, 360 or 180. I don't know. Anyway, it swivels the fuck around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this to the ceiling, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to screw it into it. So it'll be hanging down like that, and the camera will sit right here. It screws in there. And this will allow me to move it in all kinds of regular. I'll probably just keep it like that mostly because the camera actually tilts if I needed to. But since it'll be that high up, sometimes that's good for some things. You want that view. But then I can bring it down to whatever length I want, all the way to that, which is more than, let's see, the ceiling's right there. See, that's lower. That is actually lower. I'm butting up against the ceiling right now. That is lower than the tripod is right now. So I'll never need to go lower than that without taking it off the mount. So yeah, that's my solution to my camera tripod situation for my mixed reality setup. Be doing that tomorrow. Just walked by that and I said, hey, I'll show them that because I ain't got shit else to talk about. And I got a lot of wires today. Most of my shit's already run, but I needed 2 other wires. Oh, fuck. And both of them are for that camera setup situation because I got a bulk of wires running up behind my computer, and they go along the ceiling, and they go to like some lights I've got mounted on the ceiling and some other shit like that. But I needed a 25-foot USB extender, which I got today, and a 25-foot micro USB. And essentially what all this is what I'll use to hook up to my camera when I use my Canon, and it can reach that mount or anywhere in the room, being the length it is. And this is what I will hook up for power to whatever camera I put on that mount too. Good times. But yeah, I got an idea of something I might have to switch audio. It's okay. What are you guys saying over here? I'm back. How are you, Jacob? I am good, terrific. How are you, my friend? Hey, I gotta head to bed. I'll clap back at you. Keep those pudding shoulders safe. All right. You get yourself a steaming cup of Uranus before you go to bed and try not to spill it. I'm probably headed off there soon as well because I'm fucking tired. Seems to be a running, just the norm for me now. But what time is it? What time is it? It's 11:15. Oh my goodness. Oh, YCR. I didn't even see you up there. I'm sorry. You're probably gone now. But YCR came in and said RTX 3060. Do I have a 3060? No, I do not. I am about to get one. I'm going to build a PC here soon. probably on stream, and I'm looking at getting a 3090. I may get a 3080. I don't know, because the 3090, which I think the 3090 is awesome, but the benefit versus cost between the 3090 and the 3080 is kind of, it's like, nah, it's not really worth it. I mean, part of me is like, I don't know if it's worth going, like, because you can get a 3080 for relatively cheap compared to the 3090, but the 3090 is still like astronomical in price. And when you look at how much the improvements are marginal right now, and I don't feel as if there's anything that 3080 is not going to be able to do. I mean, 3080 is still a badass card. I don't mind getting the 3090. I mean, it's a lot of money, but if I knew that it was going to, be truly beneficial, that much more beneficial over the 3080. I mean, this computer I'm going to build, I'm not going to go as far as to say I'm sparing no expense, but I'm sparing very few expenses. But I don't want to spend just money to spend money. If I got to look at it and say, am I going to really get any benefit of the 3090 over the 3080 really? I mean, really, am I? And I don't know if I really am. So I might just stick with the 3080. I don't know, not there yet. Maybe I'll find a good deal on a 3090 and go that way. But man, the 3080 is a whole lot cheaper. It's 11:15, ladies and gents. I think I am like on the verge of collapse, so I think I might be getting out of here too. I know, like, Terrific, I know you just got back. I appreciate you coming back in, man. But yeah, I'm about to die over here. Technically, I have a video I need to edit, but I think I'll just wait. I'll get up in the morning and just power through it. It just won't come out until probably closer to noon. So I will have a video tomorrow. It just won't be first thing in the morning. It'll probably be at noon, because I'll just fall asleep doing it right now, or I'll start making mistakes and I'll get frustrated, and I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. I look like I'm stoned. But I'm not, I promise. Yeah, this, if I go to bed right now, this will be the first time I've been in bed before like 1 o'clock in the morning at best. That's early for me, but this will be the first time I'm in bed before that time in at least a couple of months. Well, there were one or two nights in that period that I passed out. I was so exhausted that I passed out. I don't really count that because it wasn't a choice. It just happened. So yeah, I think I might go do that. I might go pass out in bed on purpose. Sounds like a good plan to me. I got a shit ton of videos for my gaming channel that I was hoping to have uploaded today. They are actually uploaded all now, but adding in the stuff to get them ready for launch. They'll be coming out over the next couple of days. I'll never release more than 3 videos in a day on the same channel, because it doesn't, even though I did that the other day, but it's once you go past 3 videos, YouTube will not promote said video. It's the one thing about the algorithm we do know. So yeah, probably be, actually, because I'm trying to do like every other day. I'm doing one day for the gaming channel, one day for the movie channel. Tomorrow's the movie channel. But doing that means tomorrow's the day I'm doing the gaming content. There's a new game. Not new, it's actually an older game, but there's another game that I'm going to do the mixed reality stuff for. And I'm going to do that tomorrow. And so by the time I'll release 3 of those 8 videos tomorrow, 3 more videos. I'll probably release gaming videos every single day for the next few days. You'll get 3 videos a day. Right now, all I've got is a little bit more Pistol Whip and some more Beat Saber songs. One song in particular I really like. It's a really fun song to play. But I am looking forward to getting my internet fixed up again so I can start streaming again. And when I do start streaming, I'm absolutely going to do some of that kind of content on the stream live and respond to comments and stuff in VR, and have take requests and things of that nature for people that want me to like, hey, play this song, because you can, in my modded version of Beat Saber, I can look up and download new songs relatively quickly. So before these internet woes, I was able to I could download a song in 5-10 seconds for Beat Saber. All right, guys. Well, anyway, I know that I'm pretty sure Nick's gone at this point. Terrific. You may or may not still be here. Short, I don't know if you're out there just listening. If you are, thanks for listening. Anybody else, YCR, if you're still here, I doubt it, but thanks for stopping by. Anybody else who came in today, I really appreciate it. Sorry these streams have just been me sitting here rambling on and on for an hour or two and no gameplay, but it's coming back. I promise you that. I will be streaming gameplay here soon. As soon as I can get a stable internet connection, man. And I got a couple of things. I think we're going to have it figured out this weekend. I don't know if it'll be installed this weekend, but we're going to have something figured out this weekend. And as soon as that shit is up and going, I promise I will start uploading and streaming a lot more content. Hopefully some interesting stuff. But all right, everybody, you guys all have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me this fine Wednesday evening. And I will see you all, I don't know, maybe next week. I'll do a stream. I hope there's some gameplay in it. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. See ya next time. Check out my video tomorrow, probably around midday. Bye. Oh, that's wrong.